Hello, everyone. So I had planned on doing the night bus, but ended up with... So I didn't get around to it. I do have Mindy here with me.
Hello.
When people get on, I will go from there and explain a little bit more. And I'm trying to get a good for other people, so we will do that, and hopefully Mindy will remember to watch.
No.
On top of spinning and stuff.
I don't see any spinning. Oh, you mean this spinning?
No, I mean going after ends in greenhouses when they're available.
Thanks a lot.
Huh?
Try not to cry a lot.
Because of Kyle?
Yes.
So, we found out why I kept almost falling that day. You know, where we said that the reason I didn't faint, where he actually had to, we heard it pop as it went back in. Heard or felt. I don't know if Mindy was listening or not.
Nope.
But both Kyle and I knew when it had got in because it popped. So, that is a positive thing, because for months and months it was out, or like it would be out every week, severely, nowhere near as mild as this was. And it wouldn't even pop. It would just, he could put it back in, he'd put it back in without a pop or anything. So the fact that it popped as it went back in means that the muscles are learning it's supposed to be in, not out. So.
Oh, really? I thought it was supposed to be out.
Huh?
Oh, really? I thought it was supposed to be out.
My muscles did for a long time. You know that.
It's so slow. Why? Ouch. I am a passenger. Thank you very much. James not at work.
By it's so slow, are you saying to come get you? Or just wait until Brett gets out of work and then we can come get you? Anyway, so...
Your person will not move.
Oh, lovely. So things are getting better and better with my body, as in learning that it's all supposed to be in, not out. I finally stretched the muscle in my neck enough. It sounds like it's not tight all the time, because he barely had to touch it, and that should help keep my collarbone in, which should help keep my neck in, which should help relax. Traps are a lot tighter than normal today, but he agreed with me that it's because I've been spending the time on the computer I have, trying to get things done for my other channel, because I've been posting daily. So
maybe in a few minutes after I eat.
that's fine, Lexi. I'm not even saying you have to. I just was throwing it out. Because I didn't know where you were at or anything. I'm kind of hoping Steph jumps on. Because I found something. I'll tell you. And you may have seen it on my Facebook page. But
Steph just got in.
Steph just got on. Cool.
Hello.
Hi, Steph. So, if you remember a few days ago, maybe last week sometime maybe, we were talking about someone called Bicycle Brent. And I was trying... I'll let Mindy maybe go look for it when she catches that. But she actually wrote a song in tribute to him that explains a lot about him. And she's got some amazing songs that she's written. And so she writes songs, she sings songs, she plays the violin, including fiddling, which anyone who knows anything about the violin knows fiddling is a lot harder than just playing. Maybe flip over to YouTube for a minute and look for Anna Anawalt. You probably have to pull it up all the way down. Peaches, she, I think, can teach all of the stringed instruments.
This is Anna's channel.
Just, all in all, is an amazing person. So, but she has a song in tribute to Bicycle Brent that would explain more what we were talking about in relation to him the other day. So, if you need something music to listen to that's uplifting, and I think I'm gonna say I think it's really cool. I think Mindy likes her music too, right?
Mm-hmm. Why are you going over the line?
I was avoiding the animal control officer back there. Because his vehicle's a bigger one, so you have to go a little bit wider. Which I think also kind of shows her music is one that's that maybe if you get a chat or if you need some music to listen to or
George, what are you doing in a swamp? That is only right there. Maybe it's quicksand.
It's one of their swamps.
It's quicksand. I like quicksand better. I remember how I used to think there was quicksand under the clubhouse. Like all of us did, because someone told us that.
The clubhouse.
Yeah, in the backyard, the one that Doug burned. We all used to think there was quicksand under there.
I bet Brett told you there was. There's quicksand under the clubhouse. Especially to keep you guys from going and playing in it when it was falling down and everything else.
No, we still went in the clubhouse. We just didn't go under it.
Yeah, but think about Brett's thinking. I could see him thinking it would keep you out.
We just wouldn't go under it.
I know, but you know what
doing admin stuff but listening in. Lexi said she's off to do homework.
Okay, that's fine.
Bye, Lexi. Study hard. 10 times harder.
Huh?
10 times harder.
10 times harder to what? I just thought I'd offer when you were on the stream, since we're in town. We're going to play for a little while. I don't know, did you need to go anywhere while we're in town?
I might need to go to the shop so I can find out my hours.
Okay, let's go do that, just to make sure you're not off. You know, that you know you can be there when you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure we get that done.
Yeah, and so another thing doesn't happen where Grandma doesn't tell me, and so she schedules me, but again, doesn't tell me.
Yeah, sometimes she forgets to, I think she just gets so busy that she forgets she has not contacted. The number of times I hear about family things the day before because, oh, by the way, well, not even, oh, by the way, usually it's, so are you going to this tomorrow? What? Oh, didn't I tell you? This family activity, like a baptism or a blessing or things that are significant in our church, are tomorrow. Usually tells me on a Saturday, asking if I'm going, and it's the first time I've heard of it. Or, oh, there's a family reunion for her side, you know, or on a Friday I find out that the family reunion for one of her sides is the next day. Different things like that. It's, yeah. So significant family things, and I'm not finding out, and oh, I thought I told you. I told everyone else. It's like, and I usually just laugh because there's not much more you really can do.
Glad I'm not you person.
Why do you say that?
Road worker or whatever. He's in a hole in the ground. Does not look very fun. And I get super claustrophobic.
So, obviously today's the last day for this group of the Brilliant event. Oh, another thing I wanted to bring up is I know Jen's asked before why I don't watch the videos. And part of the reason is between doing videos for my other channel, trying to get them done 3 days a week, plus watching the other Wizards Unite YouTubers, plus watching other EDS, etc. YouTube channels. And for the past little while, I've realized, this week or so, I've realized that there is much of what's being said. If I'm cleaning your stuff, that's okay, but if it's something that I also need to read or different things like that, I'm not retaining as much. And then there's the usual scripture study and things, parenting things, and things like that that also need to be done, to where I haven't had as much, or I really don't have a lot of time to sit down and listen to and watch every one of my videos. On top of that, one of my concerns is I don't want to I'm not sure how they do the watch hours if it's your own video. And I don't want to be messing up that because because I know they've said something about that could cause issues if you're artificially inflating ground beef. At the same time, I know that some YouTubers, that I'm just not quite sure how to go about. I'm trying to figure out the right balance of how to do that. So I have been considering it. On another note, I am still trying to figure out how to use my pop socket holder that I got for the car. I've got it in here. I just got to figure out how to get it fixed to where it'll hold right. When I can get that figured out, then I will be able to start using that one. But lately I've had kids available more than I have in the past.
I wonder what we just got.
I don't know. There's a meat truck pulling away from Mom's, from the shop.
Is
Which
from
means
our provider.
They got a load of meat. Oh, yes, fiddling is a lot harder. I'm not, it's easier for me to say a lot because I don't know exactly how much harder, but I know it's a lot harder, so. Sorry about yesterday. I literally got on and did my I did get on and ask on the Hive if they needed someone while I was waiting for Mindy to get out of the shower. If they needed a Maggie, and they didn't respond, so I went and did some other stuff because I wasn't sure how long I would be waiting for Mindy. And then when I got out, I did one battle to get my battle for today in, just so I had it in case something happened. Hopefully I'll be able to go battle a lot more tonight, but just to be sure, and then went from there. It's a lot easier than if I wait and collect it later. While I'm thinking about it, if I don't have an extravagant spell energy, what do you want? Do you want the regular spell energy, or do you want ingredient gift? Sounds like I get to come back into town.
Because she said same hours as last week. I also don't want to wait for 2 hours.
In town, yeah. No, I get it.
So, the guy who came and dropped off the meat, he did grab his check.
Oops. He got in a hurry and Mom will send it to him.
Yeah, because Grandpa was like trying to make sure everything was there, blah, blah, blah. And then he was writing the check. And right as I was about to walk out, he's like, oh! And I was like, what? He's like, I got the guy's check!
So it sounds like we may not be on a long time today, just because we get to go home so she can get some stuff done, and then she needs to leave home at 1:30. So it's like less than an hour and a half from the time we'd get home if we headed home right now.
That was nice and laggy.
But we'll kind of take our time and drive around a little bit. In the past couple of days, or with Brett and Caden and Dallin, is Caden's finally realized he can't hang out with Dallin as much, and is realizing it's not we're trying to be mean to Dallin, it's we're trying to protect the family. So, and that Dallin doesn't care and even will lie about what Brett said. To get Caden to do what Dallin wants. So, that happened. And one thing I've tried to show or to explain is how little the kids are even seeing Jade in them. Caden was spending a lot more time with Dallin, who's around more people, than my kids were spending with Jade and
It's a part-time job at a hotel, but she never sees any guests. And then Jade works with, if that.
I think he said something like 7, but
I know 10 is less
tops.
than that. Yeah, like.
Whereas Dallin works with
hundreds.
Yeah. And then Dallin lives with his cousin who works with who knows how many people, and has friends over all the time who work with who knows how many people. And Jade and the twins, really, that's all they hang around. They don't then go have other friends over. I don't think they like Stu and a few people like that. But I don't think even that's happened.
Oh, well, Mitch came over to help on the house a few days ago.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's working from home. Or, no, he goes to school, I think, still.
Which means from home.
Yeah.
And they were outside most of the time if he was working on the house. And that's like probably the first time I've heard of anyone being over. So yeah, basically there's an almost complete stop there. Lexi's family and her sister basically is either at home or at her dad's, so it's kind of a full stop there. There is a slight risk, but a lot less than a lot of what Dallin's are at. So and Lexi's the only one that really hasn't been restricted. We haven't restricted a lot more because with everything that's happened. And the reason for that was some mental health issues. You've kind of heard a little bit of that on the streams before. So, and I'm not going to go way into it, just that it was important that relationship stay strong and everything else. So really, Dallin just doesn't get it because, well, Caden's not high risk, and I can only give it to Caden, not registering that, okay, yeah, he's not around, by him being around, he's not giving it, or if he gets it and gives it to someone, Caden, without knowing, that he would, in a way, give it to all the rest of us, so. And he cannot grasp that concept. Whereas Jade and the twins totally get it.
They haven't even really gone shopping.
Yeah.
They have almost no food in their house. Because they're reluctant to go shopping.
So basically, and yeah, even there, we've restricted my kids who mentally kind of need it, whereas Caden doesn't, because he's got work and everything else right now. But we've restricted my kids, and yet Brett didn't feel he could set the law down with Caden about Dallin until it hit the plant, and then he realized, oh crap, Dallin's a weak link in our, even possibly would need steroids. It's not even, okay, well, let's try start the steroids, and then from what I'm hearing, a lot of places are complaining that people are being diagnosed with COVID-19, dying from it, where they didn't die from it, but their family members are being told, we have to include it on every death no matter what. Well, I can vouch that COVID-19 deaths, if every death had to have it, because I know people are dying in Cache Valley, but it's not being listed as that. So, but part of it is Utah has a much higher rate of ability to test, and so and doctors here are not willing to put it down if they don't have proof that it may have had some impact. Now, at the same time, some people are claiming that their parent or whatever, their family member, etc., had been sick for quite a while, was dying before COVID-19, got COVID-19 and died, and it's being listed as partial cause of death, and they're complaining about it. Well, it's possible that it was part of the cause of death because they were positive for it. They've not been included. So, I don't know that I agree with everyone's. It's totally being blown out of proportion, but I guess in some areas, at least partially it is. Someone said their family member died from an overdose, and it was put down. In that case, that doesn't make sense. So there's that. And in many ways, because of that, I'm glad we live in Utah. And I'm not saying it's not happening. It seems to be that it is happening, but yeah. Another thing that I am hearing reports of is a lot of doctors in other countries. We hear so many people pushing that the U.S. health system, the proof that the U.S. health system needs to become like that of other countries is this, COVID-19 and what's going on with it. But I'm hearing a lot of reports, seeing a lot of proof and whatever, that doctors in those other countries are actually contacting their patients who have no signs or symptoms and basically pushing for them to have a DNR, do not resuscitate order, added to their files. Get put on a respirator or anything, even if it could help save their life. So, there's that. Whereas here, doctors are more likely to encourage life-saving measures. Patient stays alive than they will if the patient dies. Whereas in other places, they get the same amount of money, but they actually, go figure. But it does sound like since they lifted the restrictions here in Utah, the spread has increased some. How much, I'm not sure. So, go figure. And of course, that's to be expected. Trash. Not even in recycling, because I don't think it's recycling, it's trash. So, everything in the mail was junk mail. Okay, so I know it's a shorter stream, but in order to allow Mindy to get some stuff done before her needing to go to work, since she was off on the time she works, we needed to come home early. Had I known she was going to go back in and need to go in, I probably would have streamed later. So I just wanted to try and make sure we get the stream done, because by the time Brett gets home, it can take a while for him to be ready to go out. So I will, and then we'll go. Unless people want me to stay on, but I know Steph's probably busy adminning again, because people are still And I did not stuff either. If I get off, because I haven't heard from you yet, so when I get off, maybe message me on Discord and tell me what gift you'd prefer. If you could have other gift other than the extravagant spell energy and the essential spell energy, what would be your next choice gift-wise? Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.